Alright, we're going to be taking a look at Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition on the iPad Pro, although it's also on Android and iOS devices. So this is not the very, very, very beginning of the game, but it's right after the initial scene of the guys pushing the car. So I don't really know how I feel about the visual style. I think it really works, but at the same time, it's just kind of bland. Like, you could do more, I think, on any mobile platform, not just iOS, but also Android. So I think they could have done more with the graphics, but the graphics do look very clean, and they look very nice, especially on a phone screen, let alone a tablet. I've been playing the game with some headphones, and the music and the sound effects and the voice acting is all great. It sounds exactly like it does in the PlayStation 4 version of the game, which I played a year, 2 years ago, whenever it came out. So it's kind of nice that they retained, you know, all of the voice acting and everything, and the same music, and the same quality of music. I feel like a lot of times I play mobile games, and the music is terrible. Like, it's of terrible quality, and it's not very good to begin with. So the music is great.
She ain't gonna be ready for a while. Y'all need something?
Knocked?
So far, it looks like they left even the decisions in, which is pretty cool.
Oh, now
So.
I get it. This must be what Pawpaw meant when he said he was gonna teach them boys a lesson.
We will see where we go from
Told
here.
me he ought to have y'all take care of some ornery varmints that have been causing a ruckus around here. I'd be happy to pay y'all.
I never knew how I
services
felt about this character.
if you're up to the challenge.
I kind of like Cindy, and at the same time, she seems like a terrible stereotype.
Thanks a lot, Papa.
Don't close the app. Doesn't everybody know this by now? If something auto-saves, like, don't close in the middle of it, of course. Just taking a look at my settings, my save file. So yeah, I mean, like, playing the game is fairly simple. You kind of just tap the ground to move your character, which I think works really well in this environment. And then battles, I mean, much like Final Fantasy 15 on the PS4, combat's kind of automated in a way. You play like a more, you play more like a commander, or like, you know, it's more strategic than it is just like out and out combat. So you kind of, you know, are in the background and making decisions for yourself and the team, which I do enjoy. I think it works well on the console, but works way better here. It makes much more sense to do that kind of thing on a mobile game than it does on console, where it got kind of boring and repetitive. And like, once again, the music is phenomenal. I mean, of course, it's kind of par for the course, isn't it? If a Final Fantasy game had bad music, it would be disappointing. I can't think of any that have bad music, but this game has exceptional music. It's really good.
A live hurricane.
Oh
That
no!
thing's like half bird, half storm, half
Realize that's
airship.
3 halves.
That guy's great at math. He's just as good as I am. Prompto is my favorite character in Final Fantasy 15. He's just great. He's much more fun than the other characters, and a lot. He's very lighthearted, and overall, I really enjoy him.
This just goes on forever? Yeah. Don't see the point in running.
The exercise will do you good.
I'm just kind of checking out these crates. There was a prompt earlier that said that you could, you know, smash crates and whatnot, so... Trying to see what I can find. So far, not a lot.
I'm sick of walking around. Then try running. Ha! You're joking, right? I think I got a pebble in my shoe. Take it out. Yeah.
So it's kind of hard for me to say overall how I feel about, like, you know, the first chapter is free. The whole game is $20 on mobile. So, are you getting a crazy deal because you're getting Final Fantasy 15 on mobile for 20 bucks? Or is it kind of lazy? Because, like, they, you know, they did make this entire port, and whatever, it cost them money to make it, but I still feel like the visual style is very boring and flat. And while some characters like Prompto really sticks out, and he looks great, and I think Noctis and Ignis look good as well, but, hell, what's the other guy's name? Magnus? No, it's not Magnus. Whatever the big guy's name is, I cannot remember his name, but the big guy, he looks terrible. He looks like some weird Samurai Jack villain. It's just, he's a chest muscle with arms. He's just ridiculous looking. I think the world looks okay, but the characters kind of bother me in their visual style. Some of them, not all of them. But we have had more.
Saw my life flash before my
There are
eyes.
lots of games on mobile that have much better graphics and for much cheaper prices. So, you know, you kind of got to ask yourself, like, is this just a super lazy port? Or, I mean, it is amazing to have Final Fantasy 15 on your iPhone or on your, you know, Galaxy S8 or whatever, but I think they could have done more visually. From what I understand, it is basically the whole game. I don't think it's everything. There might be a few things that are kind of missing, but mostly it is the whole thing, which is pretty impressive. And I mean, it's a great value. I feel like at $20, but
How goes the hunt?
Actually, we just finished.
I kind of go back and forth on that visual style.
Hunt for y'all. Only this time, it's for a person. Fella named Dave went off. We ain't heard from him since. Reckon he staked out a spot in an old shack nearby.
Old shack. Oh, got it. We'll take a look.
So yeah, I mean, this is kind of just a test. You know, kind of testing the capability of recording on my iPad and recording audio and all that kind of stuff. So if this works out, that'll be really cool. If not, not a big deal, but it was kind of fun to make. So I'm gonna let the rest of the video just kind of play out, and if it sounds and looks good, then I might record more. We will see.